How you guys doing? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to day 11 of Gold Rush, or Gold Mining Simulator as we all have to call it now because of, well, reasons, I suppose. So, hopefully, we're all working today. Nothing's overloaded. Seems to be working phenomenally, which is good. And now, I get to load up my season and carry on digging. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be trying to stream like whenever I can, when it comes to the evenings, when it comes to like whenever I've got like a spare couple of hours, we'll come and do some digging. It'll be fun. How you doing, He-Wolf? Welcome. And so yeah, that's the one thing I'm doing. I'm actually, because I'm not going to do this all the time. Wholesome Hermit. Oh, boom. Thank you very much. Okay, goodbye. So I'm not going to be doing this all the time. I'm just doing an experiment. How much gold can I collect by Saturday? Because I think, you know, it'll just be one of those things. I was talking to Indie Ninja earlier, and he was like, "Oh no, I was doing this before, and I almost didn't almost didn't get in the top 10." I was like, I don't intend to do it for that long, but I intend to basically just faff around for it for a while until I'm done. That's the plan. How much? I've got a little bit left up there. I've actually got like a truck full to go do as well. Got to check the old truck. No, truck's empty. Cool. So all I've got to do is empty the 72% that's in the hopper, and then we can go from there. But anyways, hopefully you guys are doing okay. You had a good day. My day it's been a bit funny today. I've still been trying to get over this like headachy migraine I've had for a couple of days. I seem to be fine now, which is good, but I never know. It just seems to be when the pressure changes, and it always just seems to like screw me up, and I don't know why. So, just me being unlucky at the moment, unfortunately. But we'll get there. We will survive. We will carry on. We will strive, and we'll be okay. So, thank you very much for like sympathy, but I think I'll be okay for a bit. When I'm not fine. When I'm not here. I'm dealing with the heat here. Other than that, I got tomorrow off as a paid holiday. Fantastic. That's what I'd like to see. Paid holidays. It's a good time. Just going to run the rest of the dirt that's in the machine. We're running it through now. It should be okay. And then I've got all of this so far that needs to be processed. So Saturday, the first part of the live stream is literally just going to be me doing this. Okay. I'm not going to total up until Saturday live stream. So whatever I collect from here till then, that's what we're doing. Okay? All good? Should be. We should be okay, you know. But like I said, I'm not really, like when I say I'm competing in leaderboards, I'm just playing the game and enjoying it. I play this game with a bit more happiness when I'm in the leaderboard. Like if I'm playing on my own, I get bored really quickly now. It's what happens when you play on your own. Say solo in this game, it does get a bit boring. But when you're playing solo, but you're playing on a leaderboard, you've got a reason to keep going. It's quite nice. Gives you a new lease on playing the game. Right, that's done. Yeah, I haven't really done a lot of progression. It's mainly just been like making the hole bigger. And I'm running out of dirt over there, which is quite handy. It just means that we are slowly but surely we're going to be moving on to the big honey pot. Basically, because I'm pretty sure we're almost at the end down here. Like the hole is a bit bigger than it was last time you saw it when we started digging. When we started digging this hole, which was only a couple of days ago. When did I start digging this? Monday morning. Yeah, because I finished at the gym, didn't I? I finished at the gym, came home. I was like, yeah, we're gonna start digging here. Yeah. Right, let me just map up, show you where we are. Not on this parcel, we're in here. So apparently there's 700. Yeah, see that square's empty. That apparently has got 900 ounces left in it. So we'll be taking that as well. I don't think those squares are that rich. I mean, it says they are, but I don't know. That's probably about right, because that's half the square at the top. So that's all of this. So yeah, potentially there is about 1,000 ounces left in this like square here, but I've almost finished this. I don't even think I'm going to be getting too much out of it. I think I might have to move because everything else is a little bit out of my reach, unfortunately. So let's have a look around. So I mean, it's all like, it's really like right towards the bottom. There's not a lot left here. So with that in mind, then we get to start on the big section. That's good. So let me just unpin all this. We don't need these squares anymore. I mean, there's what, I don't know, 3,000 ounces of gold left there. If I could flatten it down and get down there, I would. Monbazoo? I finished Monbazoo. I don't need to play Monbazoo. I think this is the problem, right? Once I've finished a game, like almost completely, there's not unless he's done an update, which I don't know about, I don't really see the point in playing the game. I mean, Santa's goat was like, hey, we bought out the Hot Hatch update. Okay, cool. What's next? Like tumbleweeds and whistles by the sounds of it, because nothing happened. That was the unfortunate part about it. It was like, Monbazoo, yes, I want to play Monbazoo. Can we play it? Yeah, well, we can. We just got to wait until Santa's goat does something, and then he hasn't done anything. That's the downside. Like, where I left it in that series is literally where he left the game. I haven't been able to play it since. And I know there's like hardcore mode, there's like mods that you can do to chuck into it, make it like, you know, it's all going to be fun and games. But I was like, no, I just want to play the game, but I can't. Here's a good map. So these are the squares I'm going to dig through. A lot of this stuff is below 6 meters. So what I will do is I will just dig this slot out, and then we'll be down 7 meters, and then I'll flatten it. So that's the plan now. So unfortunately, we have to move. I say unfortunately. What's going on, Hybrid and chat? Time for Diggy Diggy Hole? Yeah, wait days. You done that? Done what? You say wait days. What days? Days of what? If you could slow down a little bit, put a whole sentence together, and I'll read it, and we'll have a conversation. But I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Daisy. Oh, that means I have to go out and buy it. That's right, no problem. No, I don't. I can't. I can't really buy games. Really, it's, you know, at the moment everything's a little bit tight. I got my kid's birthday next week. We're going to the cinema in July, treating him out, having a good time. So most of my money is all being saved up for that. When it comes to games at the moment, it's sort of the reason why I'm actually playing this. I don't have to buy any new games. It's right here, right now. So right, so I need to basically dig down. We should be okay there. If we're not, I'll have to do this the other way. Might have to do this the other way. What's in your favourite game of all time? Every time somebody asks me this, it's a really hard question, because I've been on this planet for too long, and I've played a lot of video games. Of all time, I don't know, because like some of my favourite games are like things like Rock and Roll Racing for the SNES, Shining Force 1, 2 and 3 for the Mega Drive, that sort of thing. They're some of my favourite games. Right, it's really dark here and I apologise. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, you get to test it. So yeah, my favourite... I try not to have a lot of favourite games. I just have like a lot of games I've played in the past. How many kids have I got? I've got 2. I'm not having any more. No plans to have any more. I'm too old to have any more. There's no way I'm having any more. 2 was enough. Don't need any more. Everybody keeps going, well, you should have a dog or something. No, I don't need another mouth to feed. It's hard enough with 2 kids. Girl or boy? I have 2 boys. One's 5, the other one's 7. He'll be 8 next week. And then the 5-year-old will be 6 in November. So they're at the right age where they're basically absolute twonks. They're always fighting. They're always having to go at each other. They're always trying to be like the dominant one. Unfortunately, it just ends in fights, and then it ends in me just sending them to bed. So it's all good. Good evening. How are we all doing on this beautiful evening? Beautiful. It's not too bad here actually today. Doing all right. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty bad day. Yesterday was trying to get through a migraine, and I dosed myself up to a point where yesterday I was numb because I'd taken like medication. I'm going to bed. I was in bed like an hour ago yesterday. So 8:30 yesterday I was in bed and I was out. My head was pounding. I woke up at about 4 this morning and took some more painkillers because it was still sort of there. I've been on paracetamol most of the day, like 2 every 4 hours, and it finally went about 3 o'clock. So it's been a bit funky for me, but I'm feeling a lot better. I'm all right. I'm doing good. Just unfortunately, I think it's like hurricane season. It's like migraine season for me. So at the moment I'm sort of like looking at when the pressure like gets too much for me. And at the moment we've just gone from like a low to we're coming into a high pressure, and I think that change is the reason why I suffer. Because unfortunately there's no other explanation for it. Wait until you have 13, 11-year-old. Yeah. I'm hoping by then I would have not killed them, and we can have like an actual civil discussion instead of me just sitting again, stop playing with your brilly every 5 minutes or so. It's just stupid. Yeah, mine seem to flare up when the pressure changes. So for the last couple of weeks I've been watching it change. Like it's been like low to high between 999 to 1028, and it seems to be okay, but then we're just coming out of a low pressure and I'm like, maybe this is the reason. But it always seems to happen, and it always seems to happen when we go from like summer into like autumn or like spring into summer. Those 2 changes seem to be the ones that screw me up the most. Do you have any tips how to grow my channel? Okay, so so does everybody mind if we have a YouTube chat today? And by the way, if you join my Discord, you can chuck me up a couple of DMs there, and I can talk to you then. Generally don't mind. A couple of years back, I went through all the YouTube creator course things, and I went through the how to basically help YouTubers alter their channel and so on. I'm a little bit out of the loop now because it's been a couple of years. YouTube has changed quite a bit, but a lot of the advice I give is quite general because it's mainly for like new people. It's not for like advanced anything. So first off, what is my Discord's linked in the description box below, along with everything else like my merch and everything else. So it is all there. When it comes to your channel, what do you focus on? And don't just say gaming, because there are like 15 to 20 different niches of gaming, and it's depending what you're going to cover. And I can understand by your channel, because you're called Thrill Ride Gaming, right? You are a gamer. Now, if I was going to put a pin in it, I would say you're a gamer who is focusing on driving content, and if you're not, then you've chosen the wrong name. And basically, from there, what you do is you become the man or woman, as I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, and you become the man or a woman of the driving niche, a bit like Black Panther. Black Panther, he's a gamer. He's a driving gamer. You focus on making cars and car edits. When you say making cars, are you a mechanic or toys, like our radio control cars? I just don't know how to get it out there I just don't know how to get it out there on my channel. Oh, it takes a really long time. You have to basically you're trying to make content for the viewer, not for you. And if you make videos on how to do stuff, more people will watch your content because you become a reliable source. Like on video games, like tuning and stuff like that. Oh, okay. That's a really, really like narrow niche. Like how many people? How many people do you think are going to be watching like that as an idea of content? I mean, there are people out there that watch like how to make the best like gun ranges on Call of Duty and stuff. But when it comes to driving games, I don't think you're really going to be watching a tutorial on how to tune up a car properly. Just my 2 cents. Because you can do that in Car Mechanic Simulator. You could just go, this is how to tune up the car the best way possible. But you do have to have all this DLC and so on and so forth, and these engine upgrades and so on. You know, it gets a little bit... It's a very, very niche idea. Like, I mean, it would be cool, but at the same time, you've got to be building content for the people who are going to watch it. Now, name the top game that you think most people would be watching your channel for. Okay, can you just tell me what to do? Right. If I was going to guide your channel, first off, you want to create a secondary YouTube account, right? So what you want to do is you want to create a secondary YouTube account, and you want to use that as a research tab. So your secondary account, you want to put into like search terms like how to tune this, how to tune that, and basically you want to force the YouTube algorithm to give you videos based on that sort of niche and what you want to be focusing on, but you want to do it through an account that isn't attached to you and your actual YouTube channel. Then what you would do is you would try and find other people in your niche to be able to like try and find the ideas that are working for them and see if you can manipulate them to put them into a different game, which is quite difficult. If you've never done this before, then it can take some learning. And then from there, what you want to do is you want to make videos that are basically going to be focused on the people who are going to watch. You don't want to... So to put this in perspective, I like making Let's Play videos, and I normally make my Let's Play videos slightly more entertaining so people can maybe laugh. You know, I try to be a little bit sarcastic, bit of British humour, and I'm just basically a Let's Play gamer at this point. But if you look at my Hybridsteel content, where I basically ripped apart the entire game and I created a how-to guide for the entire game, that's what my channel is mainly known for. It's mainly known for being the guy who basically is the tutorial to Hybridsteel. So that's what you need to sort of focus on. You need to become the person who goes, oh yeah, you know, I want to be doing this. I want to teach people how to do this. Unfortunately, like I said, tuning in games is very niche. You've been playing Need for Speed Heat? Well, that's cool, man. Hope you've been enjoying it. See, 3-ride gaming. That's the sort of person you want in. You want to be helping, like someone like Ben. Ben's probably going to have like, you know, oh my god, I'm stuck on this level. How do I tune my car to something? You want to be tuning like the best like Mazda 5 build for this level, or the best Lance Revolution for this level, that sort of thing. And that's how I would approach it. Now, if you go on to people like vidIQ, Nick Nimmin, Daryl Eves, Brian G. Johnson, Ed from Film Booth, you'll be looking at like different types of advice per niche. And unfortunately, YouTube is niche. You have to find your way, unfortunately. Like I've come up with, I mean, for me, I've probably played with about 3 or 4 different ideas on how to build like what I want to do as a different channel. The one that I'm playing with at the moment in my head is to build a channel that's more focused on younger gamers. Now, because my channel is mainly focused on more sim gaming, which is a real sort of niche-y thing. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Now, I would say that some of the best people to listen to, I mean, if you're a true beginner, some of the best people to listen to are people like Nick Nimmin. Now, Nick Nimmin basically is the tutorial guru for how to start a YouTube channel. They're him and vidIQ, right? So those two alone would be the first ones that you would basically sit there and just go, right, okay, if I listen to these two, I get a rough idea on how to build a channel from scratch. If you want to go into the more advanced stuff, you're looking at how to build a personality into your channel to become like more reliable for the people who are going to watch you. So you would watch more like the more talkative like gurus, people like Brian G. Johnson and Daryl Eves. Now Daryl Eves is like the grandfather of YouTube. if you watch some of his interviews he's done with other YouTubers who are part of his Jumpstart program, that's opening up like a whole different can of worms on how to do YouTube, because these people are educated by him to do YouTube. Yeah, so that basically you're looking to cover everything that people like. Now you can do videos for yourself, but people then have to watch that video and go, so what am I going to get out of this? So that's why my how-to videos for like Hybridsteel do very well. They keep getting views because people are always playing the game. People are always looking for an answer because the game has no tutorial, really. It doesn't have like a lot of stuff that explains the game itself. So it's the same with like Valheim. When that came out originally, I tried to jump into that bandwagon as well. Didn't work too well because, in fairness, there were better creators out there doing pretty much better than what I was doing. I was fairly, I would say that I had like about a year's worth of proper experience under my belt at that point, which meant I wasn't that good as a creator compared to them. So yeah, you have to focus on what the viewer wants, basically. So for example, I was looking to see if you played Forza and it took me 2 minutes if just scrolling. So when do you cut it off? I don't play Forza. Like when you do a video game, if you're falling off, do you just let it cut? So that's the thing. If you're gonna, if you find that the views are starting to fall off because people don't really watch it anymore, you have to stay within that niche. So then you have to find another driving game that's popular that you can do the same sort of thing, but for that thing. You then have a name for yourself to be that guy who's more reliable to show people what you're going to do. And this is part of the problem with, like, I mean, because you like, yeah, like Grand Tourism. So what you're thinking of, you know, let's say you just want to show people how to build certain cars in certain games. You then have to find all the other games that you can do this in, so you can show the other people what they want to do, and then the audiences can cross over and so on and so forth. Formula 1, yeah, it's the same sort of one. How many days did it take you to get the first 1 million? 6? Because I was slow. If you could do it a little bit faster. So in order to do that faster in this game, instead of going to Old Arnold, well, because this is leaderboard, instead of going to Old Arnold and trying to build up from there, you should have just gone Old Arnold, paid $5 grand for Nighthawk, not Nighthawk, Rivertown, drilled Rivertown, got all your money out of that, then started digging there because it's just better money. As soon as I don't have enough money from there, I was over here. So yeah, about 6 days. That was after I was renting equipment as well, which sucks. We're done. We're done. Fantastic. But yeah, my advice as a first-time YouTuber, and you're looking to like learn the ropes and so on and so forth, I would go and watch some of Nick Nimmin's live streams and some of his content, because he's very good at explaining it to like new people on how to do this and what to do and how to lay your channel out. Get basically a good footprint first. Go from there. So say that I did a Mazda JN1 game. I need to do like 6 other games to see which one. Well, so the best way to do that is you need to do the research into which driving game is the best at the moment. Let's say out of all the driving racing games you've got, Gran Turismo and Forza are your best bets, right? So what you want to do is you want to take both those games and you want to make content for both of them, right? Because they're 2 of the highest games that you're going to get like main views on. Once you've exhausted the resource of like both of those games, it's always best to like do performance like matches, like, you know, this is a Lance Revolution versus a Mazda in the same sort of upgrade, which one's faster. So you could properly rip that apart. Like you could do like 100 videos on which one's faster, you know, the Mazda or this, Bugatti or, you know, a Ferrari, this tuning or that tuning. You could really milk that basically. Yeah, comparison videos are always good. It's a bit like which graphics card's better. You know, I mean, you're just having a service of like which car in that game is better, and then you do that for everything else. And once you've done it once, you can just do it over and over again in just different, yeah, 3090 versus 4090, but you'd be doing like, you know, what's the difference between a Dodge Charger V12 versus a Camaro V12, and like which one has the best pickup? And exactly, you've got it there on. My advice is to go and check out how to start a YouTube channel. Like trying to get your equipment set up first, trying to do it best for you, this, that, and the other. And really just start digging your heels in on how to learn to be better on camera. If you're going to be on camera, if you're not, then you have to be better at presentation. You have to be slightly better at editing, and then I would go down the route of Hillier Smith, because editing guru. But yeah, you just need to learn all of the basics first, and put together like 5 videos first off, and release those every other day for a week, and then watch what happens. It'll take some time for the algorithm to pick it up, and the algorithm basically picks up your video and goes, okay, so this video is about this, I'm going to try it with these people first. Chances are you'll probably only get like 5 or 6 views, but over the time of you releasing more and more content down that one sort of like pathway, YouTube learns that it needs to go to certain people. I have a mic and a webcam and a semi-decent PC. That's okay. Technically, you don't need the mic. You don't need the camera. The only reason why I use a camera is because I want it to be different than all the other Let's Players. I just want it to be on me. For most views over there, it's 600 so far. Mate, I'm gonna be honest. If you get more than 600 views, you're doing better than me. Most of the stuff I play it's very limited, like sim gaming at the moment, and there's not any really good ones out there at the moment, so it's all a bit limiting. But I mean, some of the other, I'm trying to learn from like the other YouTubers. I'm trying to learn how to do things better. 1 in every 5 videos just gets over 500. That's good. Then you learn from that. You do more videos like that. So if you, let's say you get one video that gets like 500 views, do another video exactly like that, but using a different example. Are you talking to me, Ben, about age, or this person? But this was the sort of advice that I used to give when, because I'm one of the moderators for Nick. I occasionally hang around I'm normally in the Discord there, like trying to help other people, but he's doing something weird with his Discord right now, so I don't really get a lot of like time to talk to people. But yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, when I did all the YouTube coursey stuff, because I became I would say a certificated guru, but I never did anything with it. I basically just said, look, I'm good enough to be a moderator, so that's what I wanted to be. I didn't want to become one of those people who are going to make 500 videos on how to get more views on YouTube. You are my mentor ones. No, he just turned up today. If people are asking me questions, everybody's here for a reason. You're just here to talk. It's all good. I like BMG YouTubers milking everything out of the game. Yeah, so I mean, in fairness, that's a really good point. That sort of thing is what a lot of YouTubers do. So if you watch like Komodo Gaming, Neological, that sort of person, you know, they're the type of person who plays things like BeamNG, and then just, you know, they'll cover every type of game mode. They'll have competitions. They'll have like chats. They basically just make YouTube more fun, you know. I like this song. I don't know why. It's like one of my favourites on this list. I don't even know what it's called. Let me just pull it out for you guys. That's not what I wanted. Give me a sec, I'll be right with you. I need to put this up on here just in case I get like pulled for a copyright. Oh, you're using another song. It's like, yes, I'm using a song and it's not yours. There you go. That song, this one, is it called Cloudy Thoughts? I like this song. Sounds like my day. I've been watching for 2 weeks and only just started watching seriously last week. Thank you very much. What am I doing? I think we're stopped. Cool. Just one stream. Yeah, that's what I tend to do. I feel when some people, though, I get there not who you're aiming for, but there's people out here who enjoy games. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like when I go live, I prefer having conversation with people instead of just telling everybody to subscribe every 5 minutes, which is what you get from a lot of live streamers. Or you get a lot of people who are just going to sit there and look at the screen for 3 hours without really talking to chat because their chats move too fast. They can't keep a conversation. So for me, I prefer it when people come in and actually have a conversation. So if you're here to like talk, learn, or just question something, go ahead. And that's what chat's for. I would try and do this. If my channel ever like gets bigger and there's like lots more people in the chat, I would try and keep it as like conversational as possible. And then we'll probably end up in like Asmongold territory where I just sit there and talk for 5 hours and not actually do anything. Which is always fun. I've watched loads of his stuff and I'm like, you know what, I could just do that. Just sit there and become like Agony Uncle. That'd be fun. But yeah, YouTube is, it's fickle. Some people get it right away. Some people it takes a long time. Me, it takes me a long time. Have you been thinking about making best way to get to tier 5 in gold mining sim, or something that to build tutorials for this game? I'm not going to worry about building tutorials for this game because they're now working on Gold Mining Simulator 2. So stay tuned for that one because whenever it comes out, I'll be kicking back on it. We'll be all right. I'm off hybrid. Catch you later, buddy. Well, you're young. Sleep well. Be happy. Go to school. Learn something. Don't be a douchebag. It's pretty much that. It is that simple in life. I love the gameplay and you're extremely informative with the games. Make the experience fun and relaxing. If the game works, yeah, I'll try to. Like the one that I put up in my section today because yesterday I tried to play a brand new game. Game didn't work. I spoke to the developers. They said they're trying to work on it now. So maybe in a couple of days, maybe a week or so, the game will actually be fixed and I can live stream it and we can do some videos on it and it'll be cool. I'm actually looking into Contractville after I finish this because that looks pretty cool. I'm also looking into Out of Ore's like brand new update when it comes out because Out of Ore it's just a really good mining game. I hate at the end of every video someone says make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. That line annoys me. The reason why I say it is because I don't ask you to do that at all in my videos really. And the thing is if somebody's asking you to do that at the end of the video, take notice of the fact they didn't ask you to do it during the video, which makes them a better creator. They're not forcing you to subscribe. They're actually just asking, hey, don't forget. Because if you like the content, and let's say you enjoyed the video, you got to the end, and you clicked off and watched something else, and you forget who that creator was. So then all of a sudden, that like little call to action of asking you to like hit subscribe means you might actually come back and watch one or more of their videos. Because if you watch one of their videos, it's not always guaranteed that another one will come up in your recommendation. You might get another one from YouTube, or they might just go, hey, you like this video? Go and check out this other creator. Which means the person you just missed, the person you just enjoyed, you might never see again. And that's why my little tagline on my profile is thanks for finding my little corner of the internet. Because if you actually find me under anything I've ever done, then that might be your only chance to ever watch anything I do. Now, admittedly, if you do play Hybridsteel, you'll probably get bombarded with me and then you'll get sick of me and you'll tell me to go away, because that happens quite a lot, I would think. But unfortunately, you get however long the video is to basically make that decision. Do you want to subscribe to that person or not? Now, if they make a good enough impression on you in like a 10-minute video and you hit subscribe, job done. But if you're one of those people who watches the whole video without touching your keyboard or phone, and you're sitting there just going, hey, you know what, this is a cool video, and the next thing is like click onto another one, and you've just missed out on that person. That's exactly how. Yeah, exactly. I bombarded Hybridsteel and people found me. The other way, yeah, it's literally just spam content. You'll be fine. Why do you think Asmongold releases like 10, 15 videos a day. Not just because he wants more people to find his channel, but he wants more viewers. And if he gets more viewers and he's got more content, that's why it happens. True, found you from the DLC Hydridsteel and liked your videos and subbed. Thank you very much. Most appreciated. But that's what I mean. You just have to make videos for other people to enjoy, and then they might actually enjoy you enough to come back. There are some people like you and many others where I do subscribe and watch them. That's good. But yeah, I try not to mention subscribe at all in the whole of my videos. Occasionally I'll throw it in a bit cheeky, like, you know, we'll get halfway through a video and it'll be like, you know, this is a really cool shop and it's a bit like this channel. You know, if you like it, hit subscribe. I tried to be a little bit cocky with it, but, you know, a lot of the time I just wait until the end of the video and I ask you, if you did enjoy it, hit like, subscribe, notification button below for all other updates. And if, you know, if you do, it's all good. You know, I'm not forcing it upon you, but I know there are YouTubers just like, I want you to subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, I will kill you. Yeah, you just get a little bit like daunted by these people trying to push on you. You try and make it slick. I try. Yeah, I'm just not very good at it. It's like when I was dating. I just wasn't very good at it. So YouTube, I'm not very good at it, but I give it a go. Oblivious to the world at every point. It's fine. I can't afford a PC, but love all the games. Depending, man. I mean, put it in perspective. How much do you think you could get together by September for a PC? Just gonna put it out there. Just a number that you think is how much do you think you would be able to? You ever seen the videos and say if you don't like it? I've never done that before. $600 for me, easy. Roughly $130. Have you tried like secondhand or like thrift stores, things like that? You could probably find. Actually, there are websites which you could buy like a repurposed PC. You can check on eBay for like bog standard machines. We're talking like Ryzen 3300s. You could probably find one of those machines for like $140, $150 on eBay. They're not going to be great, but it would be a PC. You'd be able to play like pretty basic 1080p gaming. Even try repairing. Yeah, I mean, old PCs are easy to repair. Check out. I know it's an old series, but it does apply. Go and check out Scrapyard Wars on Linus Tech Tips. Scrapyard Wars was done a couple of years back when like the switch from DDR3 to DDR4 was happening, and there were like loads and loads of bits of PCs around. If you could go and check out that series, Linus and they basically go through like how to build a computer for like dead cheap. I mean, garage sales are really good places, like, well, as you call them, garage sales, thrift sales, thrift stores, Goodwill. You're just looking for anything that can basically give you the bare bones, and then from there you just build up. Jay's 2 cents has literally just started doing this a couple of weeks ago. He bought a $500 machine off of just someone, and then he upgraded with a cheap graphics card so the games could run at like 1080p, like mid to high settings. And then from there, obviously, you're looking to upgrade into like a slightly better PC, but it takes time. You know, it's just the joys of life, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, the cheapest one I bought was, we went to a boot fair and I bought a scrapped up PC for like 50 quid. It didn't have a lot in it. I basically cleaned it up, made it work, chucked in a little 1030 graphics card, so it only had like 2-3 gig of VRAM, but apart from that, it did okay. And, you know, my parts and labour probably cost me about £140. And then I sold it for 250 quid because it was just a basic machine. You know, it wasn't anything special, but it was clean and working. That's all you need to do. But yeah, I mean, you can find places on eBay that would sell like dead PC, not dead PCs, but slightly older. Does YouTube pay you? Ad revenue pays me. YouTube itself it's all through Google. So YouTube doesn't technically pay anybody. Google AdSense pays you. What spec is my PC? My PC now is a Ryzen 7 5800X 3D. a 2080 11 gig card, 32 gig of RAM, and whatever motherboard I've put in here. I can't even remember what I've got. Basically, my PC is just a little bit above average. Not great, but it's above average. So yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the next thing to do for my PC, the next inevitable step would be DDR5, like go up to AM5. So changing the motherboard, the processor, maybe keeping the graphics card. But if I was to go up to like a 4070, it's less power draw than the 2080 that I've got, which would be more welcome. Because the power draw on a 2080 is ridiculous. I think it is like 240 watts. You're running a 3060 with a 5600. Yeah, that's alright then. I mean, I've got to be honest, the 3060 is quite good. It's a decent modern card. Well, I wouldn't expect you to be right. You wouldn't be running an i5 5600 because they don't exist. But I get what you're on about, don't worry. But yeah, for like PC wise, when building them, it's depending where you source your parts from. eBay's not bad. If you find like bargain deals, like Cyber Mondays are really good times leading up to Christmas when it comes like the Boxing Day sales and stuff. Like even like Black Friday deals, because I know you're American. I think you're American, but Black Friday deals are like they're fairly good as well. If you've got like a second-hand electronics store, like Facebook Marketplace store, right? Because we went into our local CEX, which is like a second-hand store in the UK. No, I'm not American. I'm from the UK. So we went into our local CEX. They were selling 16 gig of DDR4 RAM. It was running at like 3,000 megahertz a second, which is pretty good. And they were only asking for like 30 quid for that. And the hard drive, and they were asking for a hard drive. It was like 10 quid. So okay, there's my hard drive and there's my RAM. All I need is a motherboard. Motherboards are fairly cheap, depending where you get them from. A Ryzen, I think it's a 3300G, which basically means you don't need a graphics card. It comes with a built-in, which is the sort of one that Kerry's got. You can pick them up for like £100. Then all you need is a cheap-ass case. You can pick up a case for like 35 quid. A couple of basic fans off of Amazon for like, a couple of pound each, or a box of like 3 for a few pound. There you go. You got yourself like a bare bones PC that will work. And all you need to do is find a copy of Windows, because, yeah, I mean, you don't want to pay £100 for a subscription Windows when you can find it a little bit cheaper online. I'm not endorsing the pirate world, but it does help. You're just outside Cornwall. Do you mean Cornwall? Cornwall. It's not Camwell. Cornwall. You book Cornwall. That's not that. No, that's not a country. Yeah, Cornwall. Lovely place. Quiet. Good for old people. I have family down there. They're mad, but they're still family. With Windows, there are times you can find a free upgrade or down. Technically, you can use Windows for free forever, because they have like the demo version, which comes on you, but you can click it on your PC. You never have to push the actual button of would you like to buy it. It's a bit like WinRAR. So it's just basically the one that you're allowed to use. But now because Windows is now tied to your like Microsoft account, which I find slightly better. They know if you if you have a working copy. So when you log into your PC and it's like, hey, do you have a Microsoft account? And I say yes, and then it just logs me straight into my Microsoft account and installs Windows now. It's pretty cool. Obviously, I have to have the boot disk, but apart from that, we're all good. Oh, I don't like Linux. Linux isn't for me. I just prefer turning things on and just making it work, and it's all good. If you're on a tight budget, you can find a copy of Windows for cheap, depending where you look. I found mine on CD keys, I think it was. I think it was only like 10 quid. Because they just had an abundance of them. You can find them from other places. Never buy an official... I never buy one from Microsoft, let's put it. But yeah, I would look at... If you're building a PC for the first time, or if you... I would personally just buy one. Controversial question. Ooh. Is it going to get me demonetized? Am I going to play Drug Dealer Simulator 2? Maybe, but I'll probably only put it on Twitch. Windows 10 or Windows 11? I'm on Windows 11. I haven't had a single problem with it. At all. At all. And I don't understand how people are having problems with it, but apparently people are like, oh, well, I don't like it because it does this. Literally, I just use it for a boot up program. That's all it is. Everything else I do is online. I don't give a crap about Windows. I literally just use it. Oh, it's there. Cool. Fantastic. Now I'm going to be online for like ever. I know people get narky with like layouts and stuff, but it's like, I don't really care. I'm very like, if it works nowadays. It's good to have a chat. The only time Windows ever had a problem was the go from XP. So Windows XP was like awesome, and then it went to like Vista, and I was like, I don't like Vista. Even Vista had a problem. I don't even know why they made it in the first place, because it was diabolical. Windows 7 and 8 were all right. I say Windows 10 was not bad. Windows 11, I haven't had a problem with Windows 11, so I think I'm safe. I use 11 sometimes when I boot up. Yeah. Windows is good for platform, as almost everything is made. Yeah, exactly. So that's the other thing. That's the other thing with Windows. It's just like, does it work? Yes, fantastic. Is it easy? Yes. Okay, cool. We're all good then. I don't have to worry about trying to do stuff. I don't have to worry about recoding something. I can just sit here and play, and I'm good. Or just sit here and do stuff, and I'm good. Just have to ask, neighbours smoking that funky monkey type? Not yet. I think it's too early. I was thinking car photography. Go for it. It's difficult because, well, I mean, you have to go to a lot of car shows. If you want to do car photography, your best bet is to go to car shows and just like take photos, do a review of the car, speak to the person who actually owns the car, and build a little like website about it, that sort of thing. Build a profile, build a portfolio, get yourself up for a couple of years, be happy. Ever heard of Santapod? Yeah, it's like an hour up the road from me. Say an hour and a half, depending on traffic and depending on if I put my foot down or not. But that's how, if you're going to go into photography, it's not all about just taking pictures. Know the drivers. Yeah, Santapod's what? Oh, I can't remember if it's north or south. Give me a sec. Where is Santapod? I can't remember where it is. There it is. Santapod Raceway. Okay, it's not. Okay, it's more than an hour away. Santapod's above London, so that would take me. I want to say 2.5 hours. 2 hours to get there, roughly. Because I'd have to wrap around the M25 M1 and then just go straight up. Yeah, okay, like 2 hours. Have I ever been there? No. Do I want to go there? I do want to go there, but I've got... My only issue with going to Santapod now would be, like, if I went to... Are you at Telford? No, I'm south side of London. Not in London, but I'm on the south side of, like, the M25. My problem with going to places like Santapod or Brands Hatch and places like that is like my wife's mobility. If she's having a good day, then we can go out. If we can't, then like it all goes bad. If you go, just be careful of your ears. Yeah, it's alright. I've been to download for like, I went to download for 10 years. My kids would have to wear earphones, I know that much. Oh, boom. Boom, we're getting there. 90 something %. The heat is on. There we go. 100. When the jet car went past me, everyone started complaining how loud it was. Well, you don't go to Sound Pod to listen to classical music, do you? The thing is, I went before I decided I think it's time to settle down. Every year I spent my time at Download Festival. So standing in front of stacks of speakers for days on end. Loud noises don't really bother me. That's just how I spent my time. But, you know, it's like going to Centerpod. You go there because you like the loud noises, not because of, like, not liking them. It's 96 degrees here today. The heat is definitely on. Oh, Fahrenheit. Okay, so you are American because you're measuring in Fahrenheit. Has it been warm there? Are you from Boston? With a name like Scruffy O'Fall, Irish hereditary, I would say you're probably from Boston area if you've had 96 degrees. What games you got installed? This PC Building Simulator, a couple of other bits and pieces mainly, just like chilled. I've been playing Fallout 76 on my PS5. The worst part about that is the update went through and now it's just crashing the game every like little bit, and it's starting to annoy the shit out of me. I'm still playing it, but yeah, just crypto mining. No, I played that. I played one of the crypto mining sims. It was alright. It didn't take very long. I think I did the whole game in like one video. You're almost right all the way, but you're from Minnesota. But it's yeah, you're from Boston. Yeah, it's close. But yeah, we've got a friend who's from New England. She says it's been. She said it's been really hot. Like for us, it's been. It's weird in the UK right now, because we've had like a really sort of like, I want to say like a not very warm summer so far. It's been a bit more watery, if that makes sense. And basically, because it's only been like 2021 today, it's flipping horrible. You can feel the humidity, and our climate over here is crap because we're on a small island, and it's disgusting. It's all sticky and horrible. Okay. Right, I'm gonna go onwards, tune out and play. Not a problem, buddy. Hopefully, I mean, as said, go check out Nick Nimmin. Go and watch some of his stuff and learn how to put a channel together. And then, if you listen to him, some of the videos he does go into a little bit of depth. Then go and check out a thing called Tube Spanner. It's a company he's basically created with other people, and they do the same sort of thing, but they do like intimate live streams where they talk about like going into depth in channels and bits and pieces and talk about how to break it all down. Same with vidIQ. vidIQ does a very similar thing. Listen to them, and really at the end of the day, you just take in the information, make notes if you have to, put it down on paper, and just start building up an idea of the channel you want to build. Ideas and how long and how much do you think these videos are going to sort of like aim at those certain people. Do you think that Gold Mining Simulator 2 needs mod support for it to last long? Yes, I would. The reason why I would say that personally is because with Out of Ore becoming bigger and bigger, Out of Ore will start taking away that audience from like other mining games like Hydroneer and this. If they want more of an audience, they do need to look into mod support. They do need to make the game accessible for other people. and they do need to they need to take a few notes from the old team and be like, okay, we need to listen to the crowd, because the old team were famous for not listening too much. They did their own thing for a bit, and then shit hit the fan, sort of thing. Nick Nimmin, and you want to listen. Mainly, you want to listen to Nick Nimmin, Daryl Eves, Brian G. Johnson. Those sorts of people. Once you start watching one or two of them, you'll start getting recommended them. But that's just how YouTube works. And VidIQ, sorry. What am I present? I need to look at this quick. I need a map. I can't. I need to find a map of the world. High and low pressures is what I'm really looking for. Yeah. Figure it out as I go. What's up? How you doing, John? Sorry. Yabbering. So I got Nick Derry. No, sorry, right. Okay. Nick Nimmin. Actually, screw it. Let me just write these down. Now Eves. Brian G. Johnson. And Daniel Buttal. There you go. Have those. Those are the people, if recommending anything, those are the people that I would go for. It's Daryl, not Derry. That's why I wrote them down. And the reason why I wrote them down is because if you won't find them if you type in Derry Eves. Chilling work, John. Hopefully your day's doing okay. The worst part about this scenery glitch is you can't see where you're digging because it just disappears. Right. Doing okay. How about multiplayer for Gold Mining Simulator 2? I don't know, depending on how big the maps are. So I've always been against multiplayer, obviously, because this game really isn't big enough for it, and everyone who says it is needs their heads tested. But when it comes to it, if Gold Mining Simulator 2 is bigger and you feel like you need the extra people, then that's not a bad idea. But the downside is the initial idea. Like if you're going to put in co-op, or even, well, I mean, co-op is what people actually want. They don't want multiplayer. Co-op, they want to play with their friend. So if they're going to do that, the game needs to be bigger. The downside is, how do you incorporate that into a leaderboard? So you would have to basically create various different leaderboards for that to be part of a thing, which means you would need a leaderboard for single player, a leaderboard for multiplayer, a leaderboard for single player mods, a leaderboard for like multiplayer mods. Then you need a leaderboard for single player no mods. Then you need a leaderboard for multiplayer no mods, which means there's going to be 6 leaderboards. That's a lot of leaderboards. Do you really want all that? And I know people just go, well, I want to play with my friend. It's like, okay, cool, play with your friend. But please take into consideration that adding all this into the game does take longer to make. That's the main issue that a lot of people don't pay attention to. They really don't pay attention to it. So maybe it'll come in. I don't know. All I can do is speculate. And at the moment, I would say that Gold Mining Simulator 2, they should just add modern day equipment, make the game bigger, make the maps bigger, and let us do something with it. How long has the beard been growing? Honest, I've had facial hair since I was 21, so 19 years, and it is mainly just because I got to a point where I just wanted a beard, But then as I was living at home, my mum was like, no, you can't have a beard all the while you live in a house. So in 2006, when I moved out, that's when I started growing a beard. And I experimented with sideburns, goatees, and all that sort of stuff. So it's been a long time. I never had a moustache because I hate moustaches. No, me personally, like on me, they don't suit me, and I don't like it when you get food and stuff stuck in, and it's not cool for me. And I sit there constantly licking my lips, not cool. So it doesn't suit me. People with moustaches don't, it just comes down to like facial structure. Can you pull it off? Basically, how long do you want it? Do you want a Hitler? Because if you do, then you got problems. That sort of thing. So yeah, I went through an experimental phase of like what suited me, and then when I had to give up my job 8 years ago, I got really lazy with shaving to a point I just gave up. And the only thing I shave is literally this bit. I'm done. And all I do now is I trim it back every now and then, and I just smarten it up. And it has taken its sweet time, but it is starting to go grey. So yeah, as long as I've still got colour, I'm all right. But it is getting more grey. It just means I'm getting older. Life's catching me up, man. A nice gold rush. It's not gold rush. It's gold mining simulator. They can't, well, you can still call it Gold Rush. I don't think anyone's going to have a go at you, but the official title of the game now is Gold Mining Sim, because of contracts and bits. Fun and games. All the legal stuff. What? There is a gold mining sim? Yeah, well, it's called Gold Mining Simulator. It's not called Gold Rush anymore. Let me guess, you didn't read... I'm going to assume that when they changed the name and everything, you didn't pay attention to it on Steam. That's what I'm assuming. Or you're on console. No, I didn't. Yeah, unfortunately, basically, after 7 years, the contract was up between Discovery and the game, Code Horizon. So they basically didn't renew the contract. Code Horizon changed the game to Gold Mining Sim. They had to change the music in the game, take out the title screens, change all the border, all the like posters and stuff in the game as well, because they're all Gold Rush inspired stuff. What is the aim of the game? To get rich or die trying. Well, you're not going to die because it's a computer game. But I mean, you could play it for so long that you could start hallucinating and then die after 5 days of not sleeping. But there you go. Just saying, just one of those things. Yeah, the idea is you start off with humble beginnings. You go to a claim that hasn't got a lot of gold, but it'll get you enough to like move up through the rankings of like becoming a gold miner, and then you move your way up through. And if you watch the TV show, a lot of the equipment you're seeing, apart from like this stuff, because the washplant doesn't, this sort of stuff doesn't really exist in the actual like TV show. Because you never need a gold hopper, you never need this and the other. They just use like a hopper and go straight into a plant. But if you watch the original TV show, you'll see things like the 400, which is the excavator. This dump truck is the basic dump truck. It's not the one that they always use nowadays, because they use like more up-to-date modern ones. But it's all mainly inspired from the first like 4 seasons, I would say, of Gold Rush. Then unfortunately just sort of it never got like support. It was never, there were too many hoops to drive through to basically keep the game updated and to keep things coming and so on and so forth. The Frankenstein is in this, yes, but we're not playing with Franks this season. Some of us aren't, at least. If you go on the leaderboard, all the people that have put no Franks in their name, like Accelerate up here, Phrase, Billy Bob, Rasher Wagon, these people aren't playing with Franks. And basically the idea is you don't play with Franks. You just do what I'm doing. You dig, you go from there, you dig some more, you move it with the truck, and you do that. Pardon me. And the idea is that I'm about 3-4 days behind everybody else, because I've had like health issues with like headaches and migraines. I have a life. I had to deal with my kids, bits and pieces. You know, I can't sit here for, well, I did today, but I didn't sit here all day playing this game. I was doing other things as well. If the modding comes out, I'll be getting kind of big that way. The leaderboards, just don't add co-op leaderboards. Well, no, that's the thing. They would have to add co-op leaderboards because then people would complain that they want to be represented as well. And this is the problem with like adding too much into a game. And I would say that's a part of the problem. Too much representation means you have to split up everything too much. Means there's too much work to do, and you would just have lots and lots of people just bitching and moaning that they were unfairly treated, which is what happens in modern day society nowadays. Segregation is not always the way forward. Oh, I wasn't supposed to take that much. Did we move? I don't remember moving. I'm parked sideways as well. So what I'm doing with this is I'm going to be digging down to a specific point, which would be as far as I can reach. And then I will be dozing down to create a path down to that depth, and then I dig out the rest of it. I would like the real world. Yeah, sounds like, yeah, the real, exactly. If you segregate too much, it becomes problematic. I want this, I want that. If you look in any game suggestion page, it's always the same shit. I want this, I want that, well I want this. Good for you. Can you design it? No. Oh well, you can't have them. In this game you don't have to clear out the tail end of the washplant. No, which is good. And I actually like that. If I don't have to do it, then it doesn't exist. It doesn't plague any mind. It doesn't plague any problems with me. If this game went co-op, I want them to add that in. Because you can't have two people digging. Right, that would just be like too much. One person has to be maintenance, one person has to do all the mining, and then they'll go, but I want to play with my other friend who can then drive the truck. You might want to start playing out of all then. If you want to do a proper mine, play out of all, because out of all it has got multiplayer. I think they're going to be able to have like up to 10 players, maybe more. So if you want to run a proper mine with your friends and you want them to drive a truck, or you want them to do the excavating, someone else is doing the bulldozing, someone's doing this, that and the other, then you can do that in Out of All. Gold mining sim, or Gold Rush, for ease of talking about it, I would say that once you've played it single player, not many people play it again after that. I would say most people who play this game now, they probably played single player to start with, saw there was a leaderboard and went, okay, cool, and then it means I'm against people. That was like me. My first load of videos that I did for this channel, apart from like CMS and House Flipper, were mainly this. And once I'd been through like 3 seasons on different plots, I was like, I don't really want to play this anymore. I still like it, I just didn't want to play single player. And I didn't have the balls to play like leaderboard. But now that I'm, my kids are in school, I don't have to worry as much about being there for them during the day because they're not here. I can then do leaderboard. I have that spare bit of time now. But I'm still, this is the only time, it's the only reason why I'm playing it. If leaderboard didn't exist, I wouldn't play this game. But that's just, I'd be on it. There'd be no point in playing this game when I could play Out of All, which is just a better mining sim. This is just a leaderboard I enjoy playing. I hope that makes sense. I know it's weird, but I hope it makes sense. Oh, John Wilson, how you doing, sir? Welcome. Is there actually people on refresh on Twitch? Yes. But yeah, there are a couple of single player games I wanted to play on. I would have to play them on Twitch. I couldn't play them on YouTube because of like copyright or just getting taken down. I wanted to do Drug Simulator 2 because the first one, I actually didn't mind playing the first one, but every video was demonetized because of the content, obviously. If you play it on Steam, or if you play it on stream, then it's not too bad. So I'd probably do it the same way as I'm doing it now. I'd do like multi-streaming, but I guarantee that the actual stream on YouTube would be demonetized. Because that's how it works. It's a bit like the old skit from Avid Miriam. What was that? What was that called? Bow Selector. When he used to do the piss take of Davina McCall, and he used to say, "Oh, we're live on Big Brother. Don't say fuck or bugger." And it's the same thing on YouTube. It's like you can't swear, you can't do this, you can't say this, you can't show this. It's very, there is a filtering process that you're not allowed to do, basically. Sometimes I'm very careful about what I say, and then sometimes I don't care. It's depending on how I feel, really. It would be cool if they could add another ways to get gold other than this, but it's too much. Well, you got to think. I mean, most people, when they do, if you watch the progression of like gold mining, like from any of the TV shows, they all start off small and they work up to a wash plant. The problem with the wash plant in this is that there's too many steps in this wash plant. And if you look at how other places do it, it's not like this. If you're running a trommel like this system, you have the sluices come off of it, and that's where it ends. There's no extra bits at the bottom, there's no gravel pumps, there's none of that. It's just sluice boxes. If you're running something like Glacier Creek, which is what this is, all of your gold is being filtered into here, which means it would go into a sluice box and it would be filtered out. It doesn't go through one sluice box into a trommel, down another sluice box into a gravel pump. There's just too many processes in this game. So, and you got to think now with like, if you look at like the way that Parker does his stuff, and you look at like Tony Beats with like his dredging and stuff, and then when he uses like his big trommel, his trommel's in one place. They just ship all the dirt to it. But there's not a lot of tech behind his trommel. It's feeder box, trommel, sluice box, end. There's none of this extra crap. So what they tried to do with this game was they tried to give you a wash plant to give you a base of your operation. But they weren't allowed to use all the stuff they had in the game because it comes down to licensing. So they created a way of gold mining that doesn't exist. There are too many processes in this gold mine, which is why it gets a bit frustrating. You have to empty that sluice at the top, then you have to empty these as well, change the mats, that's fine. But then you have to change the buckets on the gravel pumps. You don't do gravel pumps here. Gravel pumps are used in a washroom. So you'd use a gravel pump, it's a little pump that pumps straight onto a wash table. The wash table then filters the gold into a little pot, and then you get your little pot of gold. You don't have a massive gravel pump like this at the end of your sluice run. For what I understand, that's wrong. And having these two like sluice boxes under a trommel is wrong. Because what you would do is your trommel would be slightly angled, which this one is, and you would have your sluice box here. Your sluice box would come off of this section here and go down here. You wouldn't need these double runs. And then all your grips come, all your like grit and your big stones come out of here down a chute, and then you clean it off. So they invented the extra bit, which is that bit there. All your dirt comes off of Glacier Creek and down that chute where it shouldn't be. Your grit should be going through the trommel and coming out the end. But then you'd have to choose which sort of wash plant you wanted. Glacier Creek is technically its own wash plant, but the extra process is you have to have all this stuff as well. And that's just me. I'm an inexperienced person I've never worked on a mine, but I've watched TV and I've watched them set this stuff up, and most of this isn't needed. You know? It's very, very like extra steps aren't things, you don't really need them. So I was hoping, like when it comes to Gold Mining Simulator 2, they make it a bit more simpler, because when it comes down to, if you take Tony's setup or anything that Parker does, they're very, very simple setups when it comes down to the machine, when it comes to this. Because if you look at like Big Red, for instance, right, Big Red is just one massive shaker deck that filters down onto a load of sluice boxes, and that's it. There's no trommel, there's no extra machinery. It's just one big bloody machine, shaker deck, down to the next point, sluice boxes, done. Don't need all these extra points. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Big red makes big gold. Yeah, it does. But it's got a reason to. It's massive, and it can process, what is it, like 400 yards of dirt an hour or something? It's a ridiculous machine. But then if you look at like Slucifer, you know, that sort of like mobile wash plant where you're able to just drag it around, set it up on top of a mound, and just run dirt until you want to move again. Instead of bringing all the dirt to it, you just chuck a couple of hoppers up to it, and you're shipping dirt from the bottom all the way up. And that's the other thing with this. You got to think, with this game alone, most gold mining, if you watch, like I said, if you watch Gold Rush, the actual show, right, it's they dig down like 20 feet of burden, and they dig the bit at the bottom. We're digging everything. You don't have to do this. You set a hopper up, you ship the dirt off, it never comes. Your room is cool. This is a corner of my living room. I'm in the living room. My wife's on the sofa over there. The big TV's behind me. That's where the kids sit. Kids are in bed. Yeah, it's basically a corner. You can't swing a cat where I sit. That's a wall. That's 3 feet. And then I've got like a little bit of room here. Give me a sec. Yeah, the living room. Let me just find something. That's my channel art. I don't need that. Old band stuff. Old days there. There you go. Old PC bills photo. Where's my main setup now? I had an actual folder full of this stuff. Streaming, might be in my YouTube folder, maybe. Channel Rick and Morty. There you go. My setup change. Yep, that's my setup, right? And up page display. There you go. That's my setup. Yeah, my wife's in the same room. That's my corner. Obviously minus a chair, because I'm sitting on it now. But that's my setup. That was before I got the skateboard and the Fallout 4 picture. Oh no, the Fallout 4 picture's there. It's just not hanging up from the chain. So that bit of chain that runs across the ceiling is literally where I used to wear that as my wallet chain when I used to go out clubbing and stuff. On top of a mountain is not a good place to mine. Yeah, exactly. I think they put in the extra steps into the game so they didn't have to worry about doing license fees and stuff for like machines that were actually real. You know. Is that your son on the top left? Ah, that's one of them. Yeah. The other one's like next to him, off photo. But I built this up. I've built this over years. I never started with this. I started with a crappy little. Actually, no, I didn't even have a table when I first started. I started on a PS4. I started on a PS4, sitting on the floor playing games, and I'd basically record like little videos. And then I bought a table, like a little coffee table, and then I had a little rocker chair that was sitting on the floor. What's yours and your wife's name? I don't say my name online. Everyone just calls me Hybrid. I don't give. I call my wife by name on here, but only her first. I never say her second name. We don't say our second names. But that's the thing. When we come to it, it's like, yeah, I started this. I was sitting on the floor playing on a PlayStation 4. And then I inherited my first laptop was my wife's old laptop, because she upgraded to a new one, so I had a crappy old laptop. And then I started editing videos on that instead of using a PS4. And then I bought we got a crappy PC. Well, we got a PC on finance, which then broke, so we got a refund, and then I got another PC, and then I started swapping parts out and making it actually mine. And then from there, over time, I've just put bits of money in and built up as I've gone. Like, my desk was only like 35 quid. It was on eBay, it was on a special offer, so I bought it, built it, and then chucked it here. But I could only build within certain parameters, because if I took up the whole living room, then where would people live? So, admittedly, my kids live in their room like most of the time. So we probably could turn this into like just a PC room. Like, our living room could just be tech hub. Well, no, we just have one massive desk. That'd be alright. Oh yeah, you can still lay down. We'd have like one of those like sofas across here. There'd be a desk in that corner. All of this would be one massive desk. We go from there. No, we can't do it. Mainly just because of space. Occasionally people come round, so it wouldn't be very like socially acceptable. But if we ever got into a bigger house at some point, yeah, the plan would be to actually be able to like do stuff properly instead of trying to squeeze things in. Because unfortunately, like, squeezing stuff in is how we've had to live. Just rename it and don't make it the same on colour. There are so many who don't wait. We couldn't a 234-inch screen. No. The only reason why we got the TV we got is because it was an offer. It's a 40. No, I think it's a 55-inch, but it was only like 350 quid. It's cheap, man. But you know, unfortunately, Ollie broke our last one, so we had to buy a new one. When will the stream end? Well, it's 10:30 now. I'll probably go for another like hour, and then I come off at like 11:30, and then I've got half an hour to basically decompress, stop, get my, go to the toilet, get my teeth clean, have a wash quick, and then go to bed basically. But that's just how I go. I'm normally up till midnight every night because of the kids, just in case they come in and ask for a drink or this and the other. I don't mind it a lot of the time, but it's getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes that kills me. And then starts again. Day start, carry on. And I'm going to the gym tomorrow. So I'm actually starting to deadlift tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Start deadlifting. And then once I've done that, work on shoulders again. And then slowly sort of like... At the moment, I'm trying to cut down on food. Just so I can get more... I want to get more in me, but like less crap food. So... Gotta do that. Stig, how you doing, buddy? Over on Twitch. Welcome. Oh, I know how to deadlift. I know how to do it. I used to do it a little bit when I was younger, but I haven't done it this side of 30. So, I only start on like 20, 30 kilo. I'll work my way up. My goal is to hit 100 kilos by the end of July. That's the goal. I reckon with sort of 6 weeks worth of training, I'll probably get it. Because it comes down to form. Once you got your form in, you can lift more because it's just better. How old? I'm 40, man. I look 37. It's not bad. So only chicken, rice, and salad. Yeah, basically. After, because I've got I got bits and pieces like I've got bits and pieces in the freezer now. I'm gonna empty that off over the next few days, and then next time I go to Iceland, because it's like that's where it's best to pick up like a lot of bulk stuff, because in Venice they sell bigger packs, so they do like massive packs of like shredded chicken. If I get some like whole grain rice, and then I'm just gonna have to like suck it up with egg, because I'm not a big egg fan. But if I smash one egg, chuck it into the actual mix as well, then I could do my own like chicken fried rice, that sort of thing. Get it all like chucked in and done, because they use egg to like mack it all together. So if I do that, number one, a little bit better on the protein side of things. Number two, not calorific. Number three, good for me. So, but yeah, so it's that, and then I normally take a vitamin pill instead of like vegetables and stuff, because for me it's a texture thing. I don't like certain foods because of texture, not because of taste. Texture, I don't like it. So yeah, for 40 you look good. Nice. Oh, cheers man. I feel really old sometimes. But no, it's, my plan is I'm carrying on going to the gym and stuff. It is just like cutting down, but the reason why I've taken a couple of months doing this is because, so what I've done is I've changed a lot of my diet from some of the crap I used to eat, and I've cut that back, but I've carried on eating some of the other stuff, and now I'm cutting this back, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this. So I don't know how to cook, so I'm going to work that out as I go. So chicken and rice actually isn't that hard, and worst comes to worst, I look on YouTube for a guide. But yeah, the idea is to basically change my eating habits slowly, so it doesn't feel like I'm doing it straight away. It's like smoking. All those people who say, oh, you know, don't stop smoking straight away because you go cold turkey and then you get the shakes together. So I've been like slowly cutting down what I'm eating. So instead of buying like loads of stuff, I'm eating like just like chicken, but it's breaded. So I'm getting that plain diet down. And now I'm going into like chicken breast, so they wouldn't be breaded, wouldn't be breadcrumb, wouldn't be nothing. And then I'm going to add the rice in, I'm going to add this, and then it's those slow changes are better for me. It's probably better for everybody. It's just weird. I think when everybody goes on a health kick in January, they instantly think that as soon as they go into January, it's like, yeah, sure, I've got to do this. And it's like, that's why people quit by February. They can't be bothered with it anymore. Making those slower changes is better for you because it's easier to focus on. Changing too much, you don't want to do it. For me, it took me a month and a half to go, you know what, I need to go to the gym. So, and all that happened after my sister-in-law's funeral. And it was, I was thinking about it going in January, but then I never thought about the time. After the funeral, I was like, I've got to go to the gym. I've got to live longer for my kids. So, yeah, it took me a little bit of time to go, you know what, that's where I want to go. That's what I want to do. And it's those slow changes of changing what I'm doing in my life to do everything instead of rushing it. There's no point in rushing. If you rush things, you lose interest in it. So for me, over the last... No, we're going to do all those on Saturday, mate. So right at the beginning on Saturday, by the way, we're going through all those buckets of dirt. So yeah, that's how I'm doing it. Do it by little. So when I started going to the gym, I was like, okay, I'm gonna slowly work on like dumbbells. So I was lifting like 7.5 kilo dumbbells. You know, I was just like, okay, I can do 7.5 kilos. We're all good. And then I went on to like the lat pull down press, and I was doing like 30 kilo on that. And then I was doing like the chest flies and stuff, and I was doing like 30 kilos on that, and that's fine. Now I'm doing lat pull downs at 54 kilo. I'm doing my leg exercises, so leg curls and everything else there at like 60, 65, 70. Dumbbells, I went up to 15 kilos last week. So tomorrow I'm starting deadlift. And tomorrow I'll start on like 20 kilo deadlift. I'll work my up until I can't lift it anymore. And then I'll go on to dumbbells, and I'll go to like 15 kilo dumbbells, and I'll carry on from there. And then I'll go, if I've got the energy, I'll do lat pull downs or triceps, things like that. But you don't do it all at once, because if you do it all at once, you screw yourself over completely, because it's just too much. I've been to the gym, I would say like 3 times I did too much, and I came home and just like a couple of days afterwards, I'm like, I'm still aching. But then I learned from it and was like, okay, if I can give myself like a couple of reps rest out of the end, then it works better for me, because then I'm not knackered. I'm not going to die. I'm not tired. I may be a little bit tired, maybe, but I'm not hurting. And I've been watching Renaissance Periodization with Dr. Mike Eisenthal, I think that's his name. And he's basically one of those. He's like a gym rat. Like he's a sports scientist. He does, he talks about just everything to do with muscles and growth and everything else. And the idea is that if you're young, it's probably easier for you to get like completely exhausted at the gym. The next day you'll be fine because you're faster recovery. When it comes to like getting older, the best thing you can do, let's say you want to do like 3 sets of 10. You want to do 3 sets of 10, so that's 30 reps of just do bicep curls. What you do is you do your 3 sets of 10, but then before you get to like the 30th rep, you stop, so you do 29. So your arms aren't knackered, that sort of thing. So you basically learn to, you're trying to look like Sam Sulek. No, I'm trying to live. I am a fat person, mate. I need to basically lose weight. I need to change my ways. And Sam Sulek's on steroids. He's even admitted that he's on stuff. He just won't tell you what he's on. 95% of bodybuilder influencers are on some sort of steroid. That's just how it is. So no, I'm not trying to be like Sam Sulek because I like my penis. I don't want it to shrivel up. Because the unfortunate thing with steroids is because you get too much of testosterone, your body stops producing its own testosterone, your testicles and your penis shrink. And unfortunately, that's just one of those lovely things that happens to steroid users. So you can normally tell if a person's on steroids, they're wearing smaller pants. So, no. But if you watch like Renaissance Periodization, he goes through every single person who's like a health influencer, and he can tell you if you're on like steroids or like anything. There was one guy, he was an Instagram bodybuilder. His testosterone levels were above 10,000 per millimeter or something. Yeah, I watched this video yesterday and I was like, no, that's okay. I don't want that much. He was above like the high user. Yeah, I've watched a couple of videos on people who take steroids, and like I said, a lot of the people who people look up to like bodybuild, they are on steroids. A lot of them are. And you can usually tell, like mass growth within a short space of time is just a tell. And like size of muscle. That if you look at the person who's the current champion, who's a natural bodybuilder, world champion, natural, Mr. Olympia. Because I watched this video on him yesterday. I can't. I watched this video. What was his bloody name? I can't remember. If I can pull the video, I can show you. Let me just get. It'll be in my history. But this guy is like natural, 100%, no steroids, no nothing, and that's just how he is. It's magic. You know, oh, there he is. Right, let me just pull this up. Unfortunately, we have to put up with the shitty game. So this is the channel, Renaissance Periodization. Really good channel if you're looking into it. This guy is 100% natural bodybuilder. He doesn't use steroids, he just goes to the gym. That's what he looks like. Now, if you look at a picture of Sam Sulek, who is roided to the max, like any of those people that you look up to as like, oh my god, he's such a cool person. He's on steroids. He's 20, what is it, Sam's like 21, 22, and he's that big. They don't get that big unless they're on something. They're like cattle. How to make your beef bigger? Inject it with stuff. That's what bodybuilders do. Sam Sulek's on steroids. He's admitted it on camera. he is on a steroid. He just won't tell you which ones. I mean, he's not cool. Actually, I don't mind Sam. He's genuinely a decent guy. He's not an arsehole. He's making content the way he wants to. He's very open and honest. So yeah, I would say he is cool. He's not trying to basically tell people he's doing this, that, and the other. He's being open with what he's doing to a point. He's not telling you what he's on, but he has said that he's on steroid. He was approached by some company whilst he was at the gym, and I can't even remember who they were now. But the thing is these people that are, when they're honest with you, you can normally just sit there and just say, okay, that's all right. No, it's fine. You don't have to be a fan of him. Other people are a fan of him. That's fine. But what you have to take from people like Sam is he shows a good work ethic on his figure. He genuinely puts the time in. Fair play to him. But in order to take some of those extra steps where it would take, let's say if I did the same gym sessions as Sam, let's say I grew my body mass by 5% over 6 months. Sam would grow his by like 15% over 6 months because Sam's on stuff and I'm not. Also, age. I'm 40, he's 21. So his body repairs faster. In order for me to get to his size, I would have to take steroids. I would have to. And at this point in time, I don't really want to. I'm quite happy being me. I mean, I'm not happy being fat, but I'm happy being me. And for me, going to the gym is all about just trying to get fitter over time. It will take its time because of just my eating habits and the way I am, but that's just me. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm trying to live longer. I mean, if I was trying to impress people, then I would start making YouTube videos about it. And I'd be like, hey guys, we're going to the gym today. Come and watch my video of me lifting this weight for 6 hours. You know, I'm not going to do that. Chocolate Factory is now available. Yeah, I can't test it, mate. Can't test it. I'm playing this. I'm stuck in this for another 19 days. This is the one problem with playing season mode, by the way, is that season mode takes a lot of time. Like, I tried to do a few little things during the day, sort of thing, but yeah, if you're not playing this at least like 6 hours a day, then you've got no hope to compete. You may as well just quit. You know, but for me, like I said, I'm playing this until I'm done. I don't need to play it after that. Not for a while. Do you have it? No. And even if I did, I'd turn it down right now. There's no point. I can't take on anything else because of this. That's the main issue. And there we go. So I've replaced the buckets. I've replaced those buckets. I'm going to have to order another 12. Right, we need my truck. Or 14 or whatever it is. I think it's 14. I'm getting it right now. It's not a pre-game, by the way. I'm okay. The next one I'm looking at is Contractville, because I think I could make some decent videos out of that. Which is, I'm not getting it until after I finish this. I might get it like next month. I might buy it and then not play it for a bit because this. You know. But yeah, Contractville is something I'm looking into. I want to get that. I want to get the supermarket, not the supermarket, and the clothing simulator. Like, I want them to fix that so I can actually do something on it. Because, like I said, I've tried the video, it doesn't work. I've tried to live stream, it doesn't work, and I'm like, I can't play your game if it doesn't work. So if you didn't read my community message today, I actually did get in contact with them. I went onto their Discord, I left them a ticket. They got back to me basically saying that they are working on optimization quick because there is a problem. And I don't think I'm the only content creator to have an issue with it. So I'm okay with that. How many buckets do you think you'll have by Saturday? Oh, I don't know. I can normally do. I think I can fill like 12 a day, like real time day, not like in game day. So I don't know, 80 maybe. We'll see. I don't even know how many I've got now. I'm just collecting, really. Let's put it this way, the first part of the live stream on Saturday is going to be, hey guys, I'm just going to be tipping dirt, and this is as exciting as it's going to get for a while. Come and watch me climb up the leaderboard. I've got to be honest, I'm only doing this once. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm not doing this again. Somebody wants to work for me. Fantastic. What's the biggest points you want gold mining simulator to be better? Machines. Just pure machines. That's all I need. I want a bigger plot of lands. So bigger plots of land. That's what we want. I want bigger equipment. So I want a 700. I want the dump trucks. I want to be able to choose which sort of wash plant I want to focus on. Instead of having this, I want to be like, do you want like this or do you want that? How often do I live stream? I live stream normally 2 days a week, Fridays and Saturdays. I normally release 3 videos a week as well. At the moment, because I'm playing this, videos are on hold until I finish the season. So I try and stream a couple of hours each night, or at least if I'm feeling well. Next live stream won't be until like Friday, so I'll do a couple of days of digging offline. I'll be alright. I want a dredge. No, you can't have a dredge, man. You know this, Rasher. That would take way too much. Hey, Hybrid, when is your birthday? September. I get old then. Oh no, I'm running up. What is a dredge? Ooh. Oh my god. Hold on, I'm going to have to show you this. Gold dredge. Now, this would be the one. This would be the sort of one that Tony Beats has. So go and watch Gold Rush. That's a gold dredge. Basically, this conveyor belt digs into the floor with buckets, and then inside is a trommel, and this is your sluice run. So this never has to be. You don't have to dock. All you have to do is just dig with these, and they can go for ages and ages and ages. The downside is that after the gold booms and so on and so forth, dredges just basically stopped being used, and they ended up like this. After the advert, I'm doing good, Rasher. Thank you very much. Oh, bloody adverts! Look, now I'm watching adverts on my channel. Right, so gold dredges, normally this looks like it's too big for Tony. Tony wouldn't own this one, but that's a gold dredge. Basically, they're like floating houses. So inside here is your entire workings for a gold mine. You'd have a bucket run on the front that basically digs through the dirt, and originally you would have like mules or horses, and they would basically pull the dredge forward, and then the dredge would stop, it would rotate side to side, it would take out everything in front of it and everything it can reach, and then out the back it just processes all the gravel and you move forward again, and you move forward, and you never have to stop. The reason why they were preferred, and the reason why Tony Beats prefers them, is because they're cheap, like running. So yeah, how much are they in real life? I think Tony spent like, I don't know, I think his was something stupid like $500,000 to $1 million. On Kingdom Hearts is on Steam. I own a deck. It's £140. The bundle is fit. Okay, that's fine. Go for it. Dredges are expensive because they're rare now. There's not many of them. I think Tony owns 2 or 3 of them. So yeah, like I said, go and watch Gold Rush. You'll see all these happen. But you need water. And that's the only thing you really need. You need that and a very small crew. They can be run on like 1 or 2 people. And cleanups are real simple. Cleanups are quick and easy. And then compare that to an entire gold like facility, like someone like Parker. They're so cheap. They're cheap to run. Like all you literally have to do is fuel, and that's it. Obviously parts as well if something breaks, but it's mainly fuel. Right, who's the person that I have to work? Oh, my duplex jig. Finally, we've actually got someone working on duplex. Hiya. Yes. Pay the man the money. Sign. Excellent. Oh, actually, can we upgrade anyone? Nearly. He needs to be upgraded. He's nearly, he's over, he's nearly. He can be upgraded. American Truck Sim. Not a bad game. Oh, did we upgrade him? Upgrade. Confirm. Yeah, they're old though. Water dining is one of the best ways to get gold. Oh, you mean diving? Yeah, like the ones they do up in Alaska. Wow, that's cold. So yeah, sea dredging is another way of getting gold. Out on the... Oh, which sea is it? No, I'm not going to play Euro Truck Sim. They're old games now. I did try to play Truck Sim a while back. I just never got around to it. Right, let me just run the rest of the dirt through here. American Truck Sim is great. The one girl spot. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about it. Just unfortunately for me, it's just not one of those things for me. Yes! Right, now we can chuck in new buckets. That means I don't have to empty this one for so long. That one's good. Have I run out of water? I have not run out of water. Oh, that's why I haven't plugged in my water. That would help. I mean, that's yeah, that's good. Well done, Hybrid. Idiot. And we are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Go, go, go. Right, now we go back to digging. Oh yeah. No, unfortunately, most of the games I play on my channel, I try to move forward with the times. So I try and play games that are up and coming, or games that are coming out, or games that are out and they've only been out for like a week. I don't tend to play a lot of old games apart from this one. Most of the games I play are brand new. It's probably the reason why a lot of people don't watch my channel, because the games that I play are not out until a couple of months later. So that's potential. Cool, man. Well, and I'll still be here for another 10 minutes or so. I'm here till... Yeah, I've got about half an hour. Yeah, I've watched the gold diving stuff. I mean, the river stuff's alright. The white water. Not sure if I would do it myself, just because like cold water doesn't really go for me. I'm all right, but yeah, I mean the rewards are good. You get decent gold out of it. It's like having a shop on a moving location every week or so. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like doing the channel the way I do. Yeah, I tend to play a lot of new games. I tend to play mainly. The worst part is it's mainly sim games. It is a niche audience, which sucks. But at the same time, I enjoy playing them, and I know some people enjoy watching them. I'm trying to make it more fun, but I've got this feeling that the way that I do my videos is mainly for the audience that watch this channel, and the way that if I want to create a different channel, I have to think about it differently. So I'd be doing this one and another one at the same time. But the other one has to be faceless. It has to be faceless. There's no other way around that. And then I'd have to like sell my soul a little bit to the YouTube devil, I think. Because if you watched people like Blitz, Greysteel Plays, Dre, Real Civil Engineer, they're faceless channels. They make fun videos, a bit more sort of, I want to say younger audience friendly. And then you tend to see like more views because it's watched by younger people who have limited attention spans. But I like the way I do my channel. I mean, it's good if you want to always look for a new game or something that you haven't really thought about. It's always good to have a channel like mine around. It's good for a resource of like, oh, he's playing this, maybe I might like it. You'll be surprised. Greysteel Plays is aimed more at kids because language. And I've spoken to him a little bit in the past about his channel, and basically he said the same thing, that when he started doing his channel, if you watch some of his older stuff, it's a lot more adult language. But if you watch a lot of his stuff he does now, there's none of that language there anymore. It's faster edited. It's more like, it's a little bit more louder. It's a little bit more like kid friendly. And the reason why is because an older audience won't want to watch his stuff, because older people don't watch that sort of video. So he's been, I think it's been for the last like year that I've been I've spoken to him on and off for bits and pieces of advice. And he basically said over the last year they've been trying to change the channel because people who are older get older, they don't watch unless they're brand new to his channel. But over time, your audience will get older. They'll stop watching you because they don't really care anymore. So if his audience is a little bit younger, which it is now, and I know it appeals to certain ages because some of my kids have watched his stuff. So there's no bad language on it anymore. Yeah, you watch Greysteel Plays all the time now. But if you're 12 years old, you'll watch his channel. And it'll be entertaining, and you'll go to school and you go, oh man, you should have watched Gray last night, he was so good. And then like the next day it'll be, oh, he's playing this new game, is that? And then so on. When that kid gets like 17, he might sit and just go, oh my god, he's doing that again, and he'll just abandon it. And that kid won't come back to Gray's channel because there's no point. It's not the content he wants to watch anymore. So if you make your channel a little bit more sort of kid friendly, it's an infinite resource of young people watching. Obviously he's aiming for like, I want to say 17 to I want to say he's anywhere between like 17 and 24. After that, it's they just sort of don't worry about watching his channel anymore. But that's just how it is. For me, my average person that watches this channel is between the ages of 25 and, well, I think the oldest person that watches this channel is over 65, which is amazing. Never seen that before in my life. But at the end of the day, that's what this channel's demographic is. And you can see all of that when you get if you are a YouTuber, or even if you're an aspiring YouTuber, you'll look at the numbers of who watches your channel, and you get a rough idea of who the average person is. And when the way that some of the gurus who like educate you on how to read your channel, what they do is they come up with, you're looking at the average person who watches, and you build an avatar around that person. So the average person who watches mine is between 24 and 65. So let's say the average person who watches this channel is around 32, right? So my content is aimed at, let's call him John. He's a 32-year-old man. He comes home from work, sees his kids. They go to bed around sort of like 7, 8 o'clock at night. Him and his wife have had conversations, and he's like, you know what? Tonight I'm just going to sit down, I'm going to drink a beer, I'm going to chill out with Hybrid, and I'm going to watch one of his videos. And that's what I want to do. And so that's what happens. My videos are released between 4:30 and 5:30 every day. That's when John gets home from work. John gets home from work, sees that he gets a notification, I've uploaded a video. Fantastic, I'll watch that a little bit later. Most people who watch my channel are American, so 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening for me is like midday, 1 o'clock for them. They get the notification, Hybrid uploaded a video. Cool, they got something to watch when they get home from school or get home from work. And it's like that. And then you have to work out, has John got a job? What job does he do? And you have to build up this characteristic of the person that's watching your channel, and you get a little bit more of an understanding of like who you are. It's really odd, but once you start thinking about it like that, you do get a better idea of the people that do watch your channel. Occasionally I'll get younger, because I've built like my Hydroneer up and I've done tutorials. I would say the average person who watches a how-to Hydroneer video is probably between 13 and 18 years old. They get home from school, they turn on the game, and they're sitting there just going, for flip's sake, I can't do this. Is there a guide? Yes, there is. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically down the rabbit hole of being a YouTuber. And then you start understanding your audience a bit more. So in order for Grey to build, let's take Hybridsteel Plays as an example. Hybridsteel Plays builds a video based on Grand Theft Auto. I'm going to be like ripping through this course. This person's built it. If you look at the way he edits the first like 30 seconds of the video, it's snappy, right? So it's constant. That's aiming at a younger audience, because he's trying to keep your attention to watch the next bit of video. His edits are, if you look at how many like camera changes there are and so on and so forth, he's aiming for a younger audience. He's using more cuts. And then when it comes to the way he presents, the way he talks, he's louder. He's trying to gain your attention. YouTube is, when you go down that, how do I make my channel better? You have to understand the person who watches, and it's all psychological. Like some of the best speakers can make you watch a video for hours, because they're always leaving you on like the next part. They're leading you to the next thing. They're leading you to that, and it's quite good to watch. But yeah, it's just understanding you and the audience and the people who watch. So yeah, that's like I said, my average avatar is a man named John. Gets home from work, he saw my notification, he knows what he's doing in the evening. He's going to watch my video, he's going to chill out with a beer, he's going to have a bit of fun, might leave a comment, and just like, yeah, hi Hybrid, cheers mate for the video, have a good day. That's the average comment I get. But yeah, that is this channel. If I was going to make a channel for a younger audience to watch, then I would be looking at different games. I'd be looking at more casual games that are easier to like basically characterize. So you'd basically build the video into you're not so much into a script, but into a scenario. You'd build up that scenario to make that like that character in that game more like open to the younger person who's going to watch. And you have to have that idea of the person in your head who's going to watch that video. Okay, so you want a 17 to 24-year-old to watch, so they're in university or college. I know the bucket's full, it keeps being pinged by dirt. But yeah, psychological. Most of YouTubers. For me, it's more just like, hey, do you want to watch a game? Want to come and hang out? It's all good, man. That's how I treat this. My channel is more all about, if I'm gonna, I try and be a little bit entertaining. I try to have a bit of a laugh with the game itself, and I just try to, you know, I'm making videos that people might just chill out with. That's it. I'm not after a million subscribers. I'm not after anything else. I'm after just having a laugh and playing games and maybe making someone's day slightly better. Because I've had a couple of comments, like I've had like the whole, hey dude, thanks for your videos, it's really helped me out, I was going through a rough time. I've had some of that, and I treasure that more, that I gave someone a reason to watch instead of just like aiming for 1 million views. Is it possible you put at least 2 Seuss boxes at the bottom of the cell? Yeah, well, you can. You can put the hog pans in, yes, but you don't really get a lot of gold out of them. I think you get like an extra 2% of gold or something stupid like that out of them, and it's not really worth it. How you doing, Thrill? You were back anyway, I swear. So yeah, where my nuggeters are, you can put 2 hog pans at the bottom, but when you're doing season, there's not really worth it. I'm a degenerate, so I attract degenerates. No, it's good. So there you go. You already identified the people that watch it. They're all weirdos looking to, hey, we're going to do this today. It's going to be fun. You know you want to watch. Come and watch this channel where we play with a lot of gold. Ooh. Yeah, you can be the dirty pervert of Gold Rush. It's fine. But yeah, it's the way I build my content and the way I do this channel, basically. You just ordered you some new wolf t-shirts. Fair enough. Come with me and see the big things to make holes in the dirt. Oh yeah. Let's get dirty. The degeneracy is live with this one. Right. Yeah. Oh, is anybody else going to be looking into the new June survival game? I'm just asking. It's creepy as hell. Yeah, but at least you can see me on the camera doing it. Be odd if you got the phone call. Hey, Chris. I know your phone number, man. Yeah, I was looking at the June game. I was like, you know what? It actually looks alright. And I'm hoping it does well. I don't know if I'm buying it myself, but I might look into like a prologue, maybe a demo. See if it's any good. Basically, it's set in the June universe, but it's a survival game. You go out and you have to survive the desert and become one with the spice. I love my degenerate army. Yeah, that's the thing. You have like your set followers. It's all great. I like it. It's just a way of like identifying who's watching, really. I watch a lot of I don't say I watch a lot of it. I watch Vegas Matt on YouTube nearly every day now. I just watch slot machines. It's so I don't have to do it myself. Because I sort of wish that I had the amount of money he had, or he has. And Vegas Matt is worth 42 million quid. I've watched him put $500,000 into slot machines, and it's like, it's crazy, man. But he's at what, 600,000 subscribers now? Dude's on fire. But he's a professional gambler. Made a lot of money from what he's done in the past. He's won a couple of blackjack tournaments, and yeah, he's rolled well. Really has. But yeah, I watch it if I want my degenerate side. I watch them, and I watch Casino Quest. There are basically a couple of guys who own a company in Vegas of like how they build, how they actually train dealers for like casinos. And it's quite interesting to watch that, and they do their roulette strategies. I watch that as well. It basically quells the, you know, you got some money, you could spend it. It's like, no, I'll just watch these people do it. So it's fine. Sunday, I'll be streaming on Saturday. Yeah. UK time 6 o'clock in the evening, 6 or 7 depending on my kids, so I'll be online. The thing with Vegas Matt is he has you're in the UK, okay, that's right then. So Vegas Matt, he's a multi-million, I think last time I checked his net worth was like 42 million quid, so $42 million, so he's very wealthy. See you later, bud. And obviously he makes his money on the stock market. He makes his money like doing other things on the side, and he does other things. He was even at like when F1 were in Vegas, he had one of those like prime seats sort of thing, the like 10 grand like places to sit down, that sort of thing. So he's wealthy. He knows what he's doing with his money. He knows how much he's got to spend. He knows how much he can spend. He knows how much he's going to win. He knows how much he's going to live on. Let's put it that way. And if you watch his, a lot of the time that he's on his channel, he normally does around, I think he normally starts with like 4 grand, and a lot of the time he finishes up. He finishes up. He does lose, but he does finish on the high note a lot of the time. He just knows when to stop. When the fun stops, stop. You watch Spinwix and Slot Spinner live on it. Yeah, it's a very similar thing. I'm going to go to sleep because I don't know how much longer. No problem, Stig. Have a good evening, buddy. Hopefully you'll be alright the next time you try. I mean, try and stay up. For me, I've got a couple of minutes left in me, so I'll come off in a minute. I'll have a rest, and then I'll be in bed myself. Because I will be up early. Kids get me up, and then it's time to start my day. And tomorrow is like heavy day at the gym, so I am going to be shattered tomorrow. I will be achy, I will be in pain, but it will be good pain. Pain is there to learn your lessons. When it stops hurting, you've learnt your lesson. The pain will rise. Pain is just weakness leaving the body. I always see pain as a lesson. Like, if it hurts for too long, it means I screwed up and I shouldn't have done what I did. Which means I learned from it. I won't do it again. I'll do a little bit less and I will be happier. But I will gain from what I've learned. But yeah, it's all like over the next couple of weeks I'm up in my weights, so up until between now and the end of June I'm on 15 kilo dumbbells, and then I will go up another 2.5 kilos for another month. So through July I'll start on the, I think it's 17.5s, and then we'll do that for a month and I'll see where I'm at. So basically at the end of each month I go up by the next step. So my lat pull down is at 56 kilos right now. So if I'm doing 56 kilos lat pull downs, next month I do 65 or 60 or whatever it's up to. If it's like 62.5 kilo, I'll put a little half kilo on the weight, so it's like 63 kilos. But yeah, I go up a step each month. So for the last I've been doing this for the last couple of months. I started most of my exercise at around 30 something kilos. Whatever the weight was at 30, that's where I was up to. So the last couple of months I've been stepping up. So yeah, I think this month I'm on 56. That's on lats. I can fill the whole bench on the row. So you know the row pull down. So it's like the longer bench. You sit back and you just pull it with your arms, and you pull it in, and then you let go. I maxed that whole bench just because I was pissed off. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I got really annoyed. I was like, what worst case scenario? I was just seeing if I could do it, and it was 109 kilo. I'm like, that's done. So that's my party trick at the moment. If I'm feeling like I need to go heavy, then that really does help, because I don't know, there's like, you get angry with it and be like, I'm done, and then actually it does help. So it gets rid of a lot of the stresses in my head as well. Yeah, and then end of this month going to next is tackling the diet. So we'll take that in steps. I won't cut everything bad out. I'll cut most of it out. So instead of, what I'll do is like 4 days a week I'll have sliced chicken breast, rice, a little bit of like broccoli or sweet corn or something to go with it. And I'll do that for a good couple of months. Basically skin the weight through summer. I'll be right. What does the oil pressure do in the game? Don't know. I think the oil pressure is the hydraulics. So I don't know. We don't know. I never even bothered watching it. Someone will have to explain it for me. We need one more scoop and then we move. Because we're right on the edge. Living on the edge. Cool. And I've got to refuel this at some point, so I've got to get that done as well. What we do, we'll do the maintenance bits now. So we'll dump this. It'll be alright. Well, we'll run this lot, and then we'll dump truck it. We'll set the dump truck up for tomorrow. We'll refuel the dump truck. We'll be okay. Boom, 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 boom. It's depending on how far we're at. So 2 rounds is about 40% into the actual machine. We're at 46%. So my water's still running. Is it? No. Did that look like the water was still running up here? Nope. Okay. Just me being an idiot. That's fine. As long as it's just me. Catch you later then, matey. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself, or evening, or afternoon, or wherever it is for you. Have a good one. Catch you laters. Yeah, I'm close to like finishing up now. I'm going to finish this off. I've got to move my truck back up there, refuel my excavator, and then all good for tomorrow. And I will keep this going. I will keep filling this up. We will have lots and lots of dirt. We will be ready. It is fine. We will be good. Pardon me. And if you do want to help out the stream, you can become a member. Or you can donate. I've just run out of Pepsi Max. You can help me. For the last 5 minutes, all good. Yeah, I want to see how much it's going to go up by. So what I'll do is we'll make a mark of like where we're at Saturday. As soon as I start the stream, we're going to go on the leaderboard, see how much gold I've got. And then after I've done all of the buckets, see how much it goes up by. It will tell me how many ounces I put into it, but I want to see the jump. I want to see what position that puts me in. We'll do a little like, how many ounces do you think are in it? Because I don't know anymore. I've given up counting. It's gonna be fun. I'm past the point of help. Yeah, a lot of people tell me that. It's fine, don't worry. Actually, if we move that over a little bit, we're gonna have to like fan out a little bit from there. So that should be okay. Perfect. You starting to wrap it up now? A little bit, yeah. So that's got to finish first. So when that stops turfing dirt, we should be finished at about 80 or 86. I think we were up to 46 before I started doing this. So it should finish about 86%. Should, roughly. But yeah, don't forget, if you have enjoyed this stream, hit the like, subscribe, notification button below for all other updates. I will be back here on Saturday. So on Saturday, we're going to be going through all of this and whatever else I put in here. So I've got a couple of days of grinding between now and then. Friday night, I might be streaming for a couple of hours. We'll come in and we'll do a bit more. So yeah, that's the plan. Plan is just keep grinding, keep digging and keep being happy. We've got 19 days left of the leaderboard. I intend to try and dig out as much as I can. You know, I'd probably end up doing... I want to say I'm probably going to do like another 1 or 2 resets between here and the end of the season. But it is depending on the gold. If the next level's crap, then I'll just reset it straight away. Because at that point, I'll have the money. I'll just be like, I don't care anymore. And I'll just reset until I find a good one. So 84%, that's good enough. That's one truck full, because each truck full is about 20% of the wash plant. I need you, so I need to fill you up. If I can reach. Yep, we can reach. Cool. I need to fill this up so I can fill that up. Pardon me. And I keep trying to find where like the $8 is going each day, and I don't know where. You're going to see it come up, right? My end total, every midnight, you get your total of how much you've spent, how much you've done, this and the other. And I keep spending $8 on rent, and I have no idea what I'm renting for $8. One of the people who replied to me like, "Oh, you've pulled something off of a machine." It's like, cool. I don't know what it was. Because I think I actually know. I think I actually know what it might be. It's taken me a couple of days to work this out, but I actually genuinely think I know what it probably is now. Oh, that sucks. I think I might actually be able to show you what I think the rent's coming for, or where it's coming from. Oh, that's crap. If that's actually what it is, I'm not gonna be annoyed with myself. I just find it funny that I'm getting charged $8 a day for rent, and I didn't know what it was. It's just popped into my head. There you go, $8. $8 every day I'm getting charged, and I didn't know what it was until literally right this second. Oh my god, it is that. I guarantee it's what I think it is. Let me just refuel this. I could go and show you what I'm getting charged $8 a day for. Oh, that's really, really nasty. You have no idea what I'm talking about just yet. Oh my god. Why are you not refilling? Refill! Taking your sweet time. Hurry up. Faster, 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 faster. Nope. They're not charging me for the mobile. You buy this. I own everything. They're charging me for one thing. I know exactly what it is now. And that's really is cheesy, but yeah, I know exactly what it is. It's because when I took them off of the last excavator, I didn't put them on the sell pile. Let me just go and move my truck back. I know exactly what it is now. Oh, that's so bad. It has been bugging me, but it hasn't annoyed me as in like, oh yeah, it's because of this. It's sort of because of that, but I own those ones. By the way, I'm really crap at reversing stuff. This is why I take like really wide corners. Right. I know exactly what I'm being charged for. Let me just disconnect this. Get that done. Come off here. Push save. Right. I'm going to show you what I'm being charged for. And it has just... It's literally just pinged in my head. I'm going to save again because I'm paranoid. Right. Map. Travel. Right. This is what I'm being charged for. I'm being charged $8 a day for what's on this plot. And I literally... I've just gone, oh yeah, it's that. And it's over here. And I know the reason why I'm being charged. I know what I put in there. I know why it's happening. That's okay. At least I know why now. Basically, when my hoses blew, I took them off and I threw them in here. So those hoses come off of a rented excavator. And because I rented the excavator and changed the hoses, I didn't sell the hoses. I just threw them in the dirt. I am being charged $8 a day for those. That's literally what I'm being charged for. Those two hoses. There you go. Mystery solved, man. Mystery solved. It's amazing. There we go. So, guys, thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have enjoyed this, hit the like, subscribe, notification button below. On Saturday, I will be back. We're going to be doing a big stream. Going to be doing all of those buckets and more. I want to see how much I actually get. I want to see the jump, and I want to see how much it's going to earn me. So, if you do want to see it, drop by then. See you then. Until my next video, live stream, or whatever else is on the channel, thankfully you'll pop by, and if you do, it's all good. I'll see you then. I'm going to say peace out. Have fun. Enjoy everything you guys do. And have a great rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever time of the day it is. And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye for now.